There are moments in life when love can no longer be hidden. A gaze that lingers too long, a smile that is too gentle, and a silence that feels too comfortable. All of these speak much louder than words. And now, what had only been whispered by fans has finally come to pass. Yu and Tian Xuning have admitted their love for each other. It all started with a moment that seemed simple, but left a huge echo in the hearts of millions of fans. A light interview turned into an emotional confession, and in an instant, the Chinese entertainment world was shaken. For a long time, the relationship between Yu and Tian Xuning had been in the spotlight. The two always looked comfortable together, as if the world stopped spinning every time they were in the same place. In every photo, in every behind-the-scenes video, their eyes always sought each other out, found each other, and spoke without words. Fans called it the gaze that cannot lie. And it was true, because true love always has a way of showing itself, even when words have not been spoken. On the set of their latest drama, many noticed how Yu often gazed at Tian Xuning intently. He smiled every time she spoke, as if only her voice could calm his mind. Tian Xuning was no different. Every time Yu joked around, her face would turn red, and she would look down with a shy smile that couldn't be hidden. The confession came during an interview session that started out as ordinary. The interviewer asked about their extraordinary chemistry in the drama and how the two of them were able to make the audience believe in the love story they were portraying. But suddenly, Tian Xuning paused. He looked at Yu next to him and said softly, "Maybe it's because those feelings aren't just acting." The room fell silent. Everyone there knew that something big had just happened. Yu looked at him for a long time, then smiled meaningfully. "I think everyone knows now." And with just that sentence, the world seemed to stop spinning. As soon as the interview clip was released, social media exploded. The hashtag Yu Tian Xuning Love Confession became the #1 trending topic within minutes. Fans cried, laughed, and wrote thousands of emotional messages. We knew from the start, their gazes never lied. Finally, after all those sweet moments and time together, they were finally honest. Some even shared old moments, behind-the-scenes videos, candid photos at the airport, and small moments where their hands almost touched but were quickly pulled back, all of which now felt much more meaningful. What makes this confession so touching is not only their popularity, but the way they did it. Simple, honest, and sincere. There was no script, no forced drama. Just two people who finally dared to talk about the feelings they had kept hidden for too long. In a follow-up interview, Yu said, "I don't know exactly when I fell in love with him. Maybe it was during our little laughs, or when he looked at me and said I was too serious. But I know one thing. I want to protect him." Meanwhile, Tian Xuning, with tears in his eyes, added, "I was afraid to confess. But the more I tried to hide it, the more I realized he was my home." Their words were so simple, yet felt so deep. There were no complicated poetic words, just warm and genuine honesty. Many still remember the beginning of their relationship. Two young actors who met on a drama project, never imagining that the story on screen would become a reality in real life. At first, both of them were known to be very professional. However, as time went by, spending time together on set brought them closer. From sharing food, laughing over trivial things, to supporting each other when one of them felt tired, slowly but surely, the seeds of love grew between them. One of the crew members even said, "You can see how Yu looks at her. That's not the gaze of an actor. That's the gaze of someone who is falling in love." After that confession, many media outlets tried to sensationalize the story, but the two remained calm. In a post on social media, Tian Xuning wrote, "Love is not something to be hidden, but it's also not something to be played with. We just want to live honestly." That sentence received hundreds of thousands of comments from fans who supported them and offered their congratulations. Even fellow artists gave their blessings. Meanwhile, Ziyu wrote something that touched everyone. "I don't know where life will take us, but I know that as long as he is by my side, I will be fine." For many people, their love is proof that true feelings still exist in the midst of a world of entertainment full of pretense. They are not just a celebrity couple, they are two hearts brave enough to be honest, brave enough to love, and brave enough to face the consequences of that honesty. Their relationship has become a symbol of something greater, that love doesn't always have to be perfect to be real. Sometimes, love comes in simple forms, in genuine laughter, in a comforting hug, or in a short sentence that changes everything. After the confession, the two seemed more open. They no longer hid behind shadows. A few days later, they were seen walking together in the park, smiling while holding hands. The moment was captured by a fan who happened to be passing by, and instead of hiding, they smiled at the camera. There was no fear, only genuine happiness. The fans felt relieved. Finally, the couple they had been supporting could show their love without fear. Now that everything is out in the open, the world can see what has long been there, love that grew in silence, blossomed in togetherness, and was finally expressed in words. Perhaps this confession is not just about them, but also about courage, the courage to love, to speak honestly, and to be oneself in the spotlight of the world. Because in the end, true love doesn't need a script, doesn't need a camera, doesn't need a perfect script. True love only needs two hearts that dare to say, "I love you." And on that day, Yu and Tian Xuning did just that, in the most beautiful way imaginable. The entertainment world may be full of stories that come and go, but the story of Yu and Tian Xuning will always be remembered as one of the most sincere and heartwarming. They didn't just bring characters to life on screen. They wrote their own love story, with honesty as their ink and courage as their pen. Now, every time we see them together, we don't just see two stars shining. We see two souls who have found each other and chosen each other. Because in the end, the love in their words is not just an admission, but a gentle promise to stay together, no matter what happens.